Hey everyone, I'll be with you just 1 second. I'm getting set up here. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to do this here. Here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Okay, here we go. We are now live. Let me go ahead and adjust this camera a little bit so you can see it a little better. Let's see if that looks a little better on the old live stream. So everybody, this is my first live that I'm doing. Again, I want to go out there and say thank you to everyone that subscribed over the last week and a half, and also all the original subscribers and everyone else that's been, liking, subscribing, hitting that notification button. It's helped me get up to my 50 viewers, actually 55 viewers, and now I'm actually able to do live streams, which is a way I think I can get more content out to you guys quicker without having to do the editing. One of the issues that I've ran into over the last few months trying to do this is, having the time to be able to actually edit my videos so you guys can get the content out to you and be able to watch it, whether it's a review, a build, just to talk about myself, Fox and Kit WoodWorks, different little things like that. So, in the importance to me of getting out good quality content for you guys, but also expediently, this is going to be probably the best way that I can get it out to you. I'm going to go ahead and try to set this up so I can actually look at my other iPad in case anyone types in a comment or question. I'm trying to figure out the best place to put it, so we'll try it right there. Because I'm still new to this YouTube Live and actually getting everything set up and doing it. I think in the future I'm going to set up an extra spare laptop that I have and a webcam, so that way I can actually answer comments, questions, if anything pops up. I know there's 55 of you out there. I don't know if anyone will join while we're on this stream today or not, outside of myself. But I'm, hoping to get more content out to you guys like this and be able to answer questions or actually talk about and answer things that I've had to go through with starting a new business, a small business, out of my garage and some other things. So I'll let you know, Kit number 2 is sitting over here in her stroller watching this go on. So if you hear some baby noises, she's just enjoying some of her toys there. And if you see me step off screen, it's just to give her a toy and make sure she's doing okay. And it'll kind of depend how long we go on this, on how well she holds it together since she just woke up from a nap. But anyways, as we get started here, I'm going to go ahead and give her a toy to keep her a little more occupied. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so today's video is my first live. I'm going to go over a couple different things. What? You were doing fine. Yeah, I know. You want attention. A couple different things here with time allowed by her. I want to do a quick review on the Caldwell Max E Pros or Caldwell E-Max Shadow Pros. I put my associates link down in there in case you see this later and want to pick them up. And also my initial thoughts on the Wen 7 1/4 12 amp Tack Saw. I'm not going to go over the tracks too much. I might pull them out if we have time and go over some differences I saw on the two tracks. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into the first review. So for the Caldwell Shadow Max Pros, here's the box that they came in. Let me go ahead and bring that up to you so you can take a look. As you can see, they're empty right now because I have them over here. My initial review I did on a short, and they were working really well. Had them for about a month and a half. I did have some issues come up after the fact, and what it seems like is I might have got a bad pair of how's it going? There you go. A bad set of them, or not set, but one earbud actually wasn't charging, and I don't know if it was the case or the actual battery in that earbud, but it wasn't charging correctly. It wasn't keeping a full charge. Luckily, I was able to call Amazon, work with them, and we ended up getting a new set exchanged for them. And since having those for the last 3 weeks, everything's worked great. So when you get them, they actually come in a nice little gray carrying case, which I really like. It also adds as their charger, and it actually keeps a little extra battery life in there, so you can charge them while you're on the go. You don't always have to have it plugged in. And that's also how you pair them together, so that they sync with each other, and then you pair them like any Bluetooth device to your phone, your tablet, Steam Deck, whatever, right? One of the improvements I like over the original Shadow Maxes is that they added this lanyard to connect the two together. The old pair, which I actually have behind me, or behind the camera, which I won't pull out because if I do, they probably will try to sync to my phone, is if you look, they actually don't have a lanyard, and there's no way to really attach a lanyard on them. I tried to figure out ways to attach one on, but you can't the way they're set up. These ones actually are cut a little different design-wise. You can tell they're a little bit smaller in length, a little bit higher in width, and then their depth is a little bit deeper. Bring those up to you. But they fit really comfortably in your ear. They stay in really well. They come with a bunch of different adapters for your ear. These ones that they came with right out of the box fit my ear perfectly and well and snug and don't fall out when I'm doing stuff. But they have foam ones, they have the rubber adapters, they have different sizes. So you're pretty well set on trying to see and figure out which ones are going to work best for your ears. But yeah, they've worked great. So that is the earbuds themselves. You've talked about the case. They also come with a separate black case, which I don't have out here. It's a box about that size square, about that thick, and that's just your carrying case to put the earbuds in. Hi, you want to be a part of this now? To put the earbuds in and carry with you, or keep them as a set, or keep all your extra ones in. Sorry, apparently she's gonna want to be part of the video today. Let's just see if she'll let me hold her and do this. Welcome to stay-at-home dad life, trying to run a small business. So, anyways, let's go over the pros on these guys. One, sound quality, really well, good actually for, kind of a cheaper end, not maybe the cheapest end, but cheaper end, earbud. Every once in a while, I was getting a little bit of maybe that tinny sound on some of the highs. Bass is pretty decent, but for the most part, no issues with any of the songs I listen to. I listen to a lot of hard rock. Sounded great, plenty loud. No real issues there. The connectivity to my headphones or to my cell phone has been really actually pretty good. 30, 40 feet away is when I maybe start losing connection. So like in my shop, leaving my phone in a charger someplace, walking around, works really well. When it comes to ear protection wise, because the reason why I went with these versus others is they're designed for shooting. And with the original ones, the thing I liked about them is they actually have an ability to switch off, well, not switch off, but change the mode to where instead of just using them as an bud, you can actually switch them over to like a sound enhancing mode where the mic turns on and it plays the sounds through the earbuds and lowers the music about 50%. And then if the ambient sound outside reaches over a certain decibel level, I think it's like 90 or 100 decibels, something that would be able to cause damage to your ears, the mic shuts off and then they work like actual safety earbuds and it reduces the noise quite a bit. I actually probably do more damage to my ears with how loud I listen to my music for and how long. But when it comes to like, using them for the wood shop, I mean, it really drones out the power tool sounds. Running my table saw doesn't hurt my ears at all. Can hear everything just fine. And especially when I activate that mic to be able to hear all the sounds around me, if someone's trying to call me, get a hold of me or whatever from outside or, coming into the shop and I'm not using the tool, it'll actually pick up their sounds really well and put them over the earbud. So yeah, that is one of the benefits of those. So we've gone over the sound quality, like I said, is pretty decent, pretty good. And the fact that they fit really well, they have the lanyard, so that way if they do fall out, they just drape around your neck, or if you need to take them out for a break, they can just lay around your neck instead of trying to find a pocket. I actually have a couple of the old ones that are singles because I kept dropping earbuds when I was hunting and losing them. So I have like one set and I've kept the others just as spares, but now I can get rid of them just in case I lost one of them out when I was hunting. The other benefits I would say from them is the fact that, you know, you have that portable charging case. So, you know, I can throw them in the car, let them charge, and, you know, go to the gym, come back home, and they're recharged, ready to go for anything around the house. So those would be the pros. The cons that I have, obviously, the first one is that the first set I got did have a bad earbud on the left side. Luckily, Amazon was able to replace those, even though it was outside their return replacement date. But they do have, I believe it's a year warranty, manufacturer's warranty. So Amazon was able to actually say that if I have any more issues, they would put me in direct contact with them, or I could contact them myself to have any repairs or replacements done at that point. So that is a huge benefit with having those. And then, oh, looks like I got maybe a few comments here. I cannot show you how to build a car. Sorry, Mr. Turtle. And hi, Shamira. I don't know if these are just spams coming through. Like I said, first time going through this, but yeah. This is how my Shadow Maxes work. Only other cons I could maybe think of is sometimes I wish they had just a little better clarity, but for their purpose being more earbud protection versus, you know, or earbud hearing protection versus actually like main thing being sound. They do really well. So honestly, I think they're a great purchase for anyone in the shop, especially if they're trying to listen to music or, you know, going to the gym, or if they hunt, right? One of the things I used to do with the old ones, and I haven't got a chance to do with these yet because I haven't gone hunting with them, is, you know, going duck hunting, I would just throw them in, listen to music while I'm sitting there, have it set up to the mic mode so I could listen to everything around me. In fact, I could hear the animals around me a little bit better. If I started to hear, you know, ducks coming in, I could be ready to shoot away. And when I shot, it blocked out the sound and go from there. So I'm really looking forward to this coming season to be able to use them out in the duck blind. But that is pretty much the review for the E-Max Shadow Pros. Like I said, they're been so far a really good addition to the shop for me, hearing protection wise, and also like going to the gym and other things. Lastly, what I would like to do is just kind of go over my initial review and thoughts on the Wen 7 1/4 12 amp track saw. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. I actually did some initial cuts on it the other day, and really liked it. So out of the box, it was packaged really well. I got it out to my surprise because I had watched reviews on the 6 1/2, and there were older reviews, and they said that it worked really well, but some of the complaints about it was a little flimsy. It might have some deflection when running it through the track saw, just because a lot of the parts were plastic. One of the things they upgraded it, that a few people commented on, and I want to thank for making those comments on the short, is that they did actually upgrade a lot of it, which I found out when I unboxed it, to the base plate. Instead of it being plastic now, it is metal. It feels like it's extruded aluminum, so a lot less chance of deflection there. The connecting pieces for the actual miter gauge are now metal. The housing for it on the outside, let me rotate it here, is metal. The interior is metal. And the only things that are actually plastic on it are the knobs for the different adjustments, whether it's for the miter angle, the depth stop, the track runners, and also the housing for the actual motor and handle, which commonly on most items you're going to see is going to be made out of plastic. You know, that was a nice feature upgrade that I didn't realize when I bought it. Like I said, price point was really the big issue of reason why I went with Wen. When I first started looking at getting a track saw, it was, you know, multi-purpose. One, I don't do a lot of sheet good breakdown, but I do some bigger projects where I need to make longer, straighter cuts. such as right now I'm going to be working on a sewing desk for my mom. I've done a few other bigger projects that were like a display stand for someone where I didn't have it, and it would have been a lot nicer and easier to have versus using the, edge of a let go, please. The edge of another piece of plywood to run a straight edge on to make it like a faux track saw. It just would have been more accurate. It turned out fine, but would have really saved me a lot of time and effort. Instead of adjusting little by little and offsets and everything, could have just thrown the track up and gone. So my initial reviews when it comes to build quality, a lot better than what the original reviews from a couple years were on the older variants were. Has some good weight to it, which is nice on a feel for your hand that it's sturdy. When I put the tracks together, which are actually behind me, and I'm not going to go grab right now since I'm holding this one, those came out fine. I bought the 55-inch and a 50-inch set track, so it's actually 110 inches because they come in a set of 2, or 100 inches, and I bought all of them independently. I found out that that was kind of the cheaper way of going. I bought the track saw as its one piece, and then I picked up the 2 different tracks, the clamps, and an angle miter, or kind of for angle offset angles guide for it, or you can use it as a big long square. Those were the attachment pieces I got, plus a new blade, just because I know typically most blades they give you with a new product are not the best blades. So I ended up buying all those, got everything under $400. I think it was like $384 for everything. And since I'm not doing a lot of track saw cutting in the sense of breaking down sheet goods, working on big giant desks or tabletops where I might need it all the time, trying to justify the purchase of like the Makita, which looks great from the reviews, or the Milwaukee, it just didn't seem as the right purchase for the shop, especially where our business is going right now, or how we're actually running the business. The Makita and Milwaukee, they're depending on which one you have to either get in their battery platform, which for the Milwaukee, I think you're at like $800 for the track saw itself, plus the batteries, and that wasn't even including the track yet. Maybe you could find it on a deal where it's a combo around that same price. The Makita was around the same price for the cordless option. The corded option was cheaper, but you still had to buy the tracks and everything else. And I mean, the corded variant was $400 just for the Makita. And I really like Makita. My circular saw is a Makita, and I was kind of hoping to go with that. But, from there. And yeah, guys, we'll just keep it on topic for woodworking, all right? I know there's 2 watching. Hi, Nick. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we're just kind of checking out the track saw. It's my first time using a track saw. Really simple out of the box. I did read through the instructions just to make sure everything was on track and target for it. But the one thing I did notice with the tracks I got, the 55-inch versus the 50-inch sets, the 55-inch rails and some of their parts didn't quite exactly line up with the 50-inch, and it wasn't actually the guides for it. Those actually lined up perfectly where the track saw actually sets into the rails. It was more the rubber and slide pieces were off by a couple millimeters. Now, I don't know if that's just because it was a different model, or because the 50-inch is more designed maybe for the 6.5-inch variant, and the 55-inch is more for the 7.25. I just don't know. However, when I put them together and lined them up, the actual tracks lined up perfectly, and it slid fine. They have a little guide rail bar that you use to tighten it down and lock everything together. Really super simple. Just has a little Allen key screw that you tighten down. It locks it all together, tightens it up, lines everything up nicely. It rode smooth on it. Did a short where I did my cutting of the track itself down, the guide plastic on it. Hey, Matt, what's up, buddy? I am so happy you just joined on it. Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, no, it's been a great little addition to the shop so far. I'm going to get to hopefully work on it a little bit more. If anyone else joins in, Matt from 731 popped in and said hi. Thank you so much, brother. Love your videos. Thank you for all your encouragement. Got to give you a huge shout out. You made a huge impact on me here. But anyways, yeah, I am currently going to start running more wood through it, or running it through some more wood soon. Hi, Amy. Yeah, I got Margot on the stream. She was being a little loud, so I figured I'd hold her instead. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to cutting it. I did do a few cuts on a piece of pine, went right through it like butter. I think it'll even do better once I get the new Diablo blade on it. I think I'm going to pick up a CMT and a different tooth count for it and see how it works out. But so far, it's been working really well. I'll do another live that's just going to be dedicated to reviewing the Wen. But like I said, so far with the 3 cuts I made on it, everything has been really good. I'm going to run it through some hardwood that I have laying around. I got a piece of hickory, walnut, and some poplar that I'll give it a go on and see how it all turns out. So anyways, you know, this is again, thank you guys for joining and messaging in for me on this. This is my first live for myself and little Marge here. Well, I guess not so little. We call her Large Marge, or I do, I should say, because she's a big girl. But yeah, if you guys get to comment, throw anything in there for me, that'd be great. Let me know other things that you'd like to maybe review on or talk about for the shop. I'd love to just go over stuff and do these lives. I'm probably going to be doing these lives sometimes later at night, so you'll be able to catch them the next day or when you get a chance to look at the video after it's uploaded. Sorry, I'm going to drop down here and give a little heart out to Matt for them. That was just great. I love the fact that they joined in. But yeah, Matt and Amy, I should say both of them. But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to growing the channel, getting to talk to you guys, just putting out a lot of good info for you guys. And, you know, from a guy that really started woodworking 3 years ago as a side kind of gig, just, you know, trying to make a little extra money out of the garage and really just doing it for family projects and whatnot. Before that, it was just all home repairs and improvements and stuff like that, to now actually trying to be a little more serious on the business. But, you know, time is the big thing. And with taking care of this one and chasing after Kit 1, you know, it makes it a little difficult to get the time to pop out here and do what I need to do. But I'm going to try to do the best I can in the free time, whether it's in the mornings like this with Margot or, sorry, Kit too, or, you know, at night, whatever, you know, try to get it out there for you guys. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I think this one's getting hungry. And again, thank you all. Thank you all for subscribing. Please hit that notification, like, subscribe button, share it to your friends and family. Again, this is a stay-at-home dad, small business startup that's just trying to put good info out there for you guys and make a nice community, just like all the other woodworkers I've followed. So anyways, you all stay safe. Have a great day.